Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you, and sorry that my hair looks a little messy. I just woke up a few hours ago, but I had to actually watch this movie because I dropped everything for other 2024 movie reviews to get view this one. The one and only Snow White 2025 remake. Or, I wouldn't say remake, it's its own story, but it's just we're going to talk about what I'm going to discuss about, and I'll let you know what I watched for this hour and 50-minute movie. So let's dive into this movie review. It stars Rachel Zegler, Andrew Burnap, and Gal Gadot. And honestly, Gal Gadot was the worst part of the film. Um, Rachel Zegler had her moments where it was pretty bad, but the film's story is where she's trying to restore peace to the kingdom. And to be honest, the story just changed up a lot of shit and didn't stay true to the original. So it's an unoriginal piece of work and not a good piece of work. So what I watched with this film was where she's like isolated in the kingdom, and the queen's having her isolated at her will, and she's not able to go and explore outside of the kingdom in the forest. So what she does is um, try to. She sees this guy Jonathan, which was supposed to be the prince. Keep in mind, but was not a prince because one, they made him out to be a thief and a bandit, and two, that's not how the fucking story goes, Mr. Bob Iger, or whoever the fuck directed this film. Because this film is an atrocious piece of crap. Because honestly, after watching and enduring this film, there were a few solid moments, but in its own original story, this isn't an unoriginal piece of garbage. This doesn't stay true to the original 1937 film, and keep in mind, Miss Zegler, you did say that, oh, it's no longer 1937. It's like, well, then why the fuck are you starring in a film portraying Snow White when you're not necessarily doing a great job? I mean, you did okay, but it doesn't save the film from its utter failure. So, with the story of its own, it basically depicts about how Gal Gadot is the fairest of them all until Snow White comes to her upbringing, until she starts rising up, and then she's not the fairest of them all. And then the one scene I didn't like, they cut out a bit of scenes, keep in mind. In the trailer, you see that she says you're the fairest of them all. And they didn't show that scene. They only showed what they wanted to show, because they had to cut out a lot of crap, because apparently it would have been a lot worse. It's still a lot worse. You do happen to run into the dwarves, the seven dwarves, Dobby, Sneezy, Bashful, Happy, Grumpy, Sleepy is another one, and Doc. So she happens to run into the dwarves like around the 30-minute mark of the film. And then there was one scene where she says, well, who'd you think I was? And the Grumpy said ghost. I'm like, terrible writing. And then portraying Jonathan, who was supposed to be the prince, as this common thief and criminal and a bandit, it's like, wow. Just fucking wow. This movie is a clusterfuck of a mess. So, and Gal Gadot actually got her just desserts at the end of the film. Where if you've seen the scenes on YouTube where she gets sucked into the mirror, Yeah, that's what happened. So, basically, I'm not impressed with this film. It's an utter awful film. One of the worst films of 2025. Um, I would say Rachel Zegler did have a few good moments, but nothing to save the film. There were some bad points in the film where there was going to be a kiss scene between her and Jonathan when they were dancing around in some part of the film, a certain scene, and they were just cheering and all that because they defeated the Queen's guardsmen. I got away from them. So, in all seriousness, what the fuck was Disney thinking to write a film like this? This is just trash. And this is going to be Disney's downfall. This movie is going to bring the critics are basically trashing this film as it is. I myself don't like it. I mean, there were a few interesting moments. The singing parts with Gal Gadot was terrible. I didn't like that. And then you get moments where Rachel Zegler sings "Waiting on a Wish." It's like, okay, a little cheesy, but okay. And then the "Good Things Grow" part was a little cringy too. And they sung that at the end, and it had it just ending, but it didn't save the film from its total downfall of a flop. So if I were to give Snow White 2025 film a deserved score, 2.5 out of 10 is deserving. Fuck this garbage ass film. It's not the worst, but it is a bad film. From what I've seen, it could be one of the worst films of 2025. Because the writing was terrible, the script was terrible. This is an unoriginal mess. It doesn't pay homage to the original film. It has some moments where it does right by it, but then it switches it up and changes the story to saying, oh, she's going to be the queen. It's like, but that's not how the original story went. She was in her slumber for a while until the prince came and kissed her and saved her and brought her back to life. True love's kiss thing. That's how the original story happened. I mean, that's not what Disney wanted to do, but still, Disney does shit that is beyond my comprehension. And it's like, these people are fucking libtard idiots. So, honestly, and the controversy behind this film with Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot was baffling and just like, wow. I was right. This film was gonna suck. And it did suck. It proved to suck. It proved me right by how much of a garbage ass film this is. So, yes, the film is not worth watching. For an hour and it stopped at an hour and 40 minutes of the film because it went to the credit scene afterwards. But it still was a terrible ass film for the runtime and the story. So yeah, 2.5 out of 10 for Snow White, the 2025 film. What a disastrous film. And one I was really going to annihilate because she had so much controversy, Rachel Zegler, behind this film. It's not even funny, and she's not a good person. She says she made up a lie saying that, oh, well, they were out to get me and all that. Oh, the critics were bashing me because I was in the right about things, and it's like, no, you weren't. No, you are acting like an entitled brat. And honestly, this is going to be Disney's downfall this year, this film. And it already is. Look at the fucking reception of this film. It's pretty bad. So yeah, 2.5 out of 10 for Snow White, the 2025 film. Thanks for watching this review this afternoon.